Since yesterday, Donald Trump, the president of America, has been bombing military targets in Venezuela. He had issued the threat before, almost the same time he was threatening to invade Nigeria. And yesterday he carried out his threats.
Mira, pero ven acá, no se metan para acá, pero no saben lo que hay ahí que se está pegando. Sí.
And as of today, it's been announced that the president of Venezuela has been captured. His wife, his family, they are under the arrest of US government. Of course, we know the Republicans can never do without fighting the war. Any Republican president that comes in America, there must be a reason to fight. There must be a reason to go to war. There must be a reason to invade. Like the time of George Bush, the first, the second, they invaded Iraq, Iran, they invaded different places. So it's a common thing with Republican presidents. And Trump, in his first campaign, said he was not going to do that. Even in his second campaign, he made mention of it that he was not going to invade any country. He's going to be American first. Let's focus on building our nation. Let's do this and that and that. That's the essence of MAGA. American first. But we have seen that Donald Trump has changed a lot in his rhetorics. Things he said he wouldn't do before, you see them doing it. Because by the time he got there, he discovered that, look, America is actually in crisis and he wants to be the savior that will save, that will salvage the situation. America needs the oil that Venezuela has. Of course, when these presidents are picking up the stories and the reasons to go to war, they give you a lot of reasons. The most fine reason that in the time of Iraq, they said there was a weapon of mass destruction. Iraq is capable of, Saddam Hussein was capable of destroying half of the world or the whole, or targeting US with those nuclear weapons. He could even use it against his own people, this and that and that. And at the end, after several years, it was found out that they didn't really have nuclear weapons. The same thing is going with Iran. So now, why Venezuela? Venezuela is so close to the US. And the reason Donald Trump is giving is that cocaine, hard drugs were coming from Venezuela to the United States. And he has even linked the president to be part of the cartel that is smuggling cocaine and hard drugs to the United States of America. So for that reason, he's invading Venezuela. But deep down, even the Americans themselves have been analyzing this situation. Why would we invade the country because you say they're the one pushing drugs to America? Why not stop the Americans themselves from buying, from importing, from taking it? Why not close all the channels? Why not fight from your own area? But like I said before, Donald Trump is somebody that doesn't care about diplomacy that much, he doesn't care about rules of law. If he set his eyes to do something, no matter how legal or no matter how illegal that is, he will do it. Except the Congress really fights to stop him. So in this case, he's given the excuse of drugs, but we know deep down that Donald Trump is after the oil of Venezuela and other minerals, solid minerals that can be found there. Now, but the genesis of all this is that there were American oil companies that were operating in Venezuela. That time, Venezuela was really booming, selling oil, and they were giving subsidies to almost everything, housing, food, everything. So they had a lot of lazy people there that they couldn't really build their nation for the future. So American companies were operating in Venezuela. But then, when the president of Venezuela decided to nationalize, he captured all these oil companies, plus their vessels, plus their oil wells, their facilities, and make them to be Venezuelan properties. That is the genesis of this fight now. Now, Donald Trump is saying that these things belong to us. If you are not giving it back to us freely, we will take it by force. That is why Donald Trump is debating. He wants to get those facilities back, he wants to get those oil back. I'm talking about things that happened long ago. But now Donald Trump is doing it. But this is against international law. You're not supposed to invade any country like that. Now, what is the United States going to say about Putin that invaded Ukraine? You can't criticize what you are doing. You can't criticize somebody else for what you yourself are doing. So Putin will just feel justified. I'm still wondering what would be the effects of this, because Putin was supposed to protect Venezuela. The Putin's hands are filled up. They are full with the Ukrainian war. With the Ukraine war. So Venezuela is right now helpless. And part of the reason why Donald Trump is bombarding Venezuela, apart from the oil and the minerals, is that Venezuela has so much aligned itself to China, to Iran, to Russia. These are communist countries these are what America would deem as the enemies of America. China, Iran, Russia. These are arch enemies, both militarily, economically, and all that. If America is sanctioning Iran, for instance, Venezuela will supply whatever America is denying them. China is there too. So these are the main reasons. It's not because of any other thing. The oil, the minerals, and the fact that Venezuela is too close, is aligned with Russia, China, and Iran. And it is because Maduro is making this to happen. So Donald Trump wants Maduro to be completely out. Maybe they will get a puppet president to be there that will follow the line and carry out the wishes of the United States of America. America is the most powerful country in the world right now. So they behave like God. Nobody can challenge them, even when they are wrong. They must say, as civil society concerned, that this is wrong, this is aggression, this is invasion. But again, it's targeting Maduro and his family. Once we remove them, probably they'll put a new person. Before all this is done, while America is occupying the key areas in Venezuela, they'll take the oil, take the minerals, take everything they want. Some people ask, so why does that America has oil? Why would they be needing the oil that Venezuela has? The fact is that America's oil is light. It takes a lot to refine it. So, but the Venezuelan oil, like the Nigerian oil, is very, very thick. So they can mix it very well with the American crude oil that they have to produce, to refine, and get all other products and byproducts from their refining. So yes, America has oil, a large reserve, but they are not tapping it, they are not exploring it because of the quality is low. One, and secondly, it takes more to refine their own oil. Then thirdly, because of climate situation. Okay, because of the environmental hazard that will cause. So they need Venezuela oil, they need it badly. So this is what we found ourselves. I want to see how Russia will react. I want to see how China will react. They may not do anything much anyway, but it is what it is. America has invaded Venezuela, they have captured their president. Life goes on. Let's see what happens in the next few days. Thank you.